Hey y'all, it's Nancy the Handy Scandy. Welcome back for another crafty venture.
This time we have some more hashtag fun coming at you.
Hey y'all, I wanted to come to you and introduce the hashtag that I plan to host for the month of April 2025. And I believe we're going to call it hashtag ATCs in April 2025. And if we continue to do it in the years to come, we'll just change that year and the hashtag portion will remain the same. So I have been working on my reset, and in that process I found all of these watercolor cards. Some of them, they're all a little bit different, but they are from Legion, and I purchased them from St. Louis Art Supply. But you can also get things like this from a variety of different places. But with that said, they're all perfect ATC size. In fact, this one from Strathmore says that they're ATC cards, specifically that. But these are a perfect little size. You can make all kinds of little masterpieces on this size of a base. So I found these, which kind of sparked how I wanted to use those master boards from a couple weeks ago. So I have them cut up, but if you recall, they looked like this and this. So I have used these since then to make some ATCs, and I will show you in just a second. But something that I want to encourage you is don't be afraid to cut up your projects. Use some kind of a frame, or even just use your fingers, whatever it is you want to do, to kind of make a window to see, okay, if I cut this portion out, what am I actually getting? I'm getting some big letters, some small letters. I'm getting a lot of that rich kind of jewel tone paint coming through. I'm getting some of that beautiful gold splatter. Get this little tiny pop of pink up in the corner. Beautiful texture. I've got this stencil going this way. So you see what I mean? You can pull out all kinds of different things. Now on this one, I've got some beautiful color mixing going on up here. I've got this deep red here. Got some greens and some blues and all kinds of texture. There's even a few words or a few letters. I'm sure it said rainbow, but you don't get to see all of that. You get the INBO, but then you get the different patterns and the different layers, and that would be a very sweet base for whatever you wanted. And then this piece is so much brighter with those pops and hits of yellow. Love that. How could you use that? That could be, let me see how long it is. It's just over 6 inches long by about 2 3/4 inches. 2 3/4 this way, just over 6 inches this way. So this could be the start of mini slimline. It could be whatever you want it to be. Lots of different ways you can use these. So don't let the fact that it's a wonky piece of whatever throw you off. And don't get the fact that it's not your cut down, beautiful, die cut, whatever background or whatever it is that you're wanting. Cut it down. Make it that beautiful piece that you have in your mind. You get to decide what parts you want to highlight and what parts you don't. And if there are bits in there that are kind of blemished that you don't like, well, you cover that up. Or you cut it off. Lots of different ways to resolve those issues. So, with that being said, I have all of these beautiful bases, plus I have different backgrounds like this that have already been made, either from master boards or gel plate prints or cardstock, or still just blank paper waiting to be made into something. But during this week, I've actually taken those two master boards and made 2 different sets of ATCs out of them. Now, many of you suggested the neutral would make beautiful coffee themed projects, and that's exactly what I did. I took my antique ATC frame dies, I think is what they're called. I don't have them in front of me, but I think that's what they're called. And then this set is also from Whimsy. It's this coffee, and I also have the dies with it. So I stamped out the coffee cups, but I did not remember to put a handle on them, which I don't know if you would have noticed if I hadn't told you, but there it is. And then for these cups, I actually stamped them out and then I die cut them as well. And they have lids in there and the wrapper, and it has hearts and stars. So lots of good stuff in there, and I have many that are already cut out. So, and there's a teeny tiny little cup as well. I have lost that guy somewhere, but I shall find it. At least I hope I shall find it. So I stamped and die cut all the different elements that I needed, and then I got the sentiments from, is it this one? Yeah, it was this one, from the Rabbit Hole Designs. These are coffee themed sentiments. Some of them are pretty snarky. This one is called Perfectly Blended. So, and these are several years old, so I don't know if they still have them or not. You might be able to find them on a resale site, but I just thought that the sentiments were fun. And then I added some embellishments, some teeny tiny little hearts, and then some sparkle gems from This Calls for Confetti. I even added this little coffee bean right there. I thought that was fun. That was the last coffee bean that I had from This Calls for Confetti. So, but anyway, I thought those were fun. And I also used these little doilies from Doodlebug Design. Now I have almost nothing from Doodlebug except these. But really like those. But I just put a teeny tiny little bit, like the cups were sitting on a doily, but you really can't even get that reference because it just looks like part of the background. But that's okay. I really liked them. I thought they were fun. I thought they were sweet. And then the other ones are much brighter and kind of more spring themed. So I used this set from Honeybee, which again is an oldie but a goodie. This is called Honey Bunnies, and there are dies to go with it. And it doesn't really indicate the year. I'm not seeing the year on it, but so cute. This little guy has always been my favorite. But I used the same die set to cut out these backgrounds. It's just a different shape. And then I added some lace, and I colored up the little bunnies with my Olos, and I colored the hearts as well. I used the dies to die cut everything out, and then I added some liquid pixie dust where I wanted there to be some sparkle, and then once that was dry, I put Nouveau crystal drops over those places. Now I did not put the crystal drops over all the sparkling places, but I just put it where I thought it was going to be fun. But look at how cute they are, and they just say hi. This guy is my favorite, and it says, "To my honey bunny." Look at how stinking cute. I think that's really and then I just added now this one. I did not add any trim to it. It was just full, and this one was pretty full as well. This one just is a little bit wider, and so there really wasn't a whole lot of room to add anything without covering up that background. And I wanted this little purple bit in the middle to show, because that's what inspired the purple background, the purple on this little bunny, the purple heart, and the purple hue over the hello. So I wanted that purple to show. Isn't that super cute? And you can see where they have sparkles and where they have the crystal drops as well. Super cute. And then this is the last one, and I pulled out this pop of yellow right here. That's why both of the hearts are in that same kind of sunny yellow. And then I used this paper on the back. Now it is very thin, and you can see how this one got warpy. So I'm either going to have to take this off and double it up, or I don't know, I may even take a piece of cardboard to create that layer and then just add some paper to it. I'm not really sure, but I want this color to back up that background, or to pull out, you know, these yellow colors, but I also need something more sturdy than that. So I'll have to go back and make a fix on that, but that's okay. I will get it done. But these guys, these are my ATCs to introduce the hashtag for the month of April 2025. And again, it's going to be ATCs in April 2025. So it's ATCS INAPRIL 2025. ATCs in April. And of course, you put the hashtag at the beginning.
If you are at all interested in ATCs, let me know. I would love for you to play along. And if you're interested in potentially doing an ATC swap at the end of the whole month of April, let me know. We can definitely work out those details.
So y'all let me know if you want to participate and what your preferences might be, if we want to do specific themes. There's lots of room to expand and make it very individual and creative. So I wanted to just set the basic theme, and then the rest is yours. You do with it what you want. So thank you guys for joining me. I look forward to hearing back from you, hearing what your thoughts and preferences are. And I guess until the next one, I'll see you very soon. This has been Nancy, the Handy Scandy. Mwah. And I'm out.